Couple who saw Princess Diana's death claim crash was not an accident and two mystery cars have never. Robin and Jack Firestone claim they saw two mysterious dark cars moments after the crash in Paris. A couple who witnessed Princess Diana's death claim the tragic car crash was not an accident. Robin and Jack Firestone say they still fear for their lives after telling cops they saw two mysterious dark cars at the crash scene in Paris. We still live in fear today because of what we saw and what we were told. Jack added, I think the crash was a royal thing and other forces were involved. Something bad could still happen to us. There are enough nuts. The couple claim they were prevented from giving evidence by the French and British authorities because they raised concerns about the incident. Robin alleges that two dark cars which had stopped in front of Diana's Mercedes S280 were involved in the crash. The couple were with their 11-year-old Brandon when they entered the Pont de l'Alma road tunnel moments after the collision. Dodi Fate, 42, and 41-year-old Henri Paul all died in the crash. Her bodyguard Trep discussing the two formal cars which were there. Robin added, I could not understand why they were there. They looked at odds with, they were just awkwardly parked, and I don't recall anyone being in them. The two cars they were just awkwardly parked, and I don't recall anyone being in them. The two cars a British solicitor also told officers about the same two mystery vehicles which have not been traced. Gary Hunter said one of the cars was shielding the other which could have hit Diana's vehicle. The Firestones only realized the following day that Diana was in the car. They went up to a French officer to report the two cars they had seen but were told the police had enough witnesses. Robin added, we were dumbfounded. One of the most however, in September 1999, Judge Hervé Stephan threw out charges of manslaughter against 9 photographers and a press motorcyclist. The judge said drugs and alcohol taken by the driver caused the deaths. Robin and Jack Yu, who is talking with production companies about turning his book Chasing Diana into a movie, You were not called to the first British inquest in 2007. An inquest held in London concluded in 2008 that the princess had been unlawfully killed, blaming the crash on grossly negligent driving by Paul and the pursuing paparazzi. 7 weeks before her death, Diana reportedly expressed concerns she would be killed in an establishment conspiracy. It was after her friend, fashion designer Gianni Versace, was shot dead by Andrew Cunanan outside his Miami mansion in 1997. On the morning after his murder, Dodi's bodyguard Lee Sansom found Diana on the yacht's deck gazing out to sea, the Express reported. According to the paper, she asked him, do you think they'll do that to me? Or call 0207782-4368. You can WhatsApp us.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.